One night, when no one is home, Emilio brings his daughter's friend Nicola to the house. After reaching the room, Nicola makes Emilio sit on the bed and then presents herself in front of him. In fact, the two have been in love for several months. Nicola often used to come to her friend Eugenia's house, where they would work on drawings together. In the same house, there is another woman named Alicia, who plays the piano and behaves strangely. Alicia suffers from an unknown illness that causes sudden seizures, after which she starts crying and screaming. To keep her mentally stable, she has to be given medication. For her care, Emilio has hired a maid who looks after her all the time. Whenever Emilio is not home, Alicia becomes restless. One day, when Nicola comes to her friend's house, she notices that Eugenia's mother needs care. She cannot bear to see her condition, so she goes into Alicia's room first. Soon, Eugenia also arrives, and both of them take care of Alicia. Eugenia asks her mother what exactly has happened to her, and Nicola also asks about the cause of her illness. Alicia then tells them that men are very cruel and warns them never to get involved with any man. Eugenia then takes her mother back to her bedroom. Meanwhile, her father Emilio arrives home. He is a somewhat lustful man who likes grapes, and he starts eating the grapes placed on the table. Suddenly, he notices Nicola nearby and falls silent. Nicola is drawing at that moment, and by looking at him, she understands his intentions but says nothing. When Emilio's wife finds out that he is home, she quickly sits on her bed and starts waiting for him, trying to appear completely normal as if nothing is wrong with her. Emilio goes to her, and she behaves as if she is fine. As Nicola is about to leave, she hears Eugenia's mother crying. She says goodbye and leaves. After she leaves, Eugenia asks her father if he wants something to eat. He is hungry, so Eugenia brings him food and feeds him. The old man gently strokes her hair and tells her she is very beautiful and should take care of her mother. The next day at the clinic, Emilio's assistant informs him that his daughter has booked an appointment for her friend Nicola, who has some dental problem. When Emilio tries to examine Nicola's teeth, she reacts in pain and does not allow him to touch them, saying it hurts a lot. Nicola asks how her pain can be reduced and requests the nurse to leave the room because she is not comfortable in her presence. After the nurse leaves, Emilio tries to comfort her and begins examining her teeth. But when he goes to wash his hands, Nicola starts behaving strangely. At first, Emilio thinks it might be due to some other reason, but as a doctor, he realizes what is happening. He steps away to avoid acting on his impulses, but soon Nicola comes close and kisses him. Eventually, Emilio also gives in. After some time, Emilio realizes that what he did was wrong because Nicola is his daughter's friend. He approaches her again and asks how she is feeling now. Nicola does not respond. She just looks at him, gets dressed, and leaves the room, saying sorry before going. After she leaves, Emilio's next patient arrives, but he cannot focus. Instead of listening, he looks out the window at Nicola and feels pleased. The next day, Nicola comes to Eugenia's house again. Everyone is having breakfast together, but Nicola seems lost in her thoughts. Eugenia asks her what's wrong, but Nicola makes an excuse and says nothing is wrong. Hearing this, Eugenia's mother starts laughing, but soon she becomes quiet and starts crying. Alicia had prepared food for everyone. Eugenia eats it, but Nicola does not like it. Eugenia still does not know that her best friend has been with her father at the clinic. Later, Eugenia's mother talks about her younger days, explaining how her relationship with Emilio began and how he proposed to her. She says that the Emilio from those days and the Emilio of today are completely different. The next evening, Nicola arrives at Eugenia's house, where Alicia is lying alone in a room. Seeing Nicola, Alicia feels happy and calls her closer, asking her to sit beside her. She begins showing Nicola some things she has been making for her daughter. After that, she takes her to the wardrobe to show more clothes and gives her a gown, the same one she had worn at the time of her wedding. Alicia smiles and says that the gown would look beautiful on her. Nicola tries on the dress, and it suits her very well. After a while, she takes it off. Just then, Eugenia enters and informs them that Emilio has come home. Hearing this, Alicia quickly asks Nicola to change out of the gown. Soon after, Nicola and Eugenia step out of the room. Emilio glances at Nicola briefly, but ignores her and walks away. Inside the house, Eugenia's mother is helping Emilio freshen up, behaving as if everything is normal. She even jokes with him and mentions that Nicola is a very nice girl. Emilio casually asks why Nicola keeps coming over so often and whether it is appropriate for her to visit so frequently. Alicia explains that Nicola's mother is no longer alive and her father is always busy with work, so she comes here to escape her loneliness. After that, Alicia brings Emilio a drink so he can relax. The two spend some quiet, emotional time together. Later that night, when Emilio is lying in bed with his wife, he seems restless and lost in thought. He tries to get up, but Alicia gently stops him. Still, he makes an excuse and walks toward the kitchen. The next day, Eugenia and Nicola leave their class together. Eugenia tells Nicola that she is going out with her boyfriend and asks her to handle things if her father comes looking for her. Saying this, she leaves with him. Meanwhile, Emilio arrives near Eugenia's college and sees his daughter riding away on a bike with a boy. He feels upset and angry angry but controls himself. At that moment, he notices Nicola approaching, but without saying anything, he quietly drives away. Back at home, Emilio waits for his daughter. When she finally returns, he tries to question her, but Eugenia remains silent and goes upstairs to her room. Feeling disappointed, Emilio goes to Alicia, wanting to talk about it, but he cannot express himself. Later, he stands near Eugenia's room and overhears her talking on the phone. Using another phone, he listens in. She mentions something about showing something to her boyfriend soon. This makes Emilio anxious and worried. He rushes to her and, startled, Eugenia quickly locks herself in the bathroom. Somehow, Emilio manages to get the door open and checks on her, only to realize that everything is fine. He apologizes and comforts her, lifting her gently and taking her back to the bedroom. He tells her that he only wants to protect her and worries about her well-being. Eugenia is his only daughter, which is why he is very protective and often overly concerned about her. That evening, Nicola comes to visit Eugenia again. When Alicia asks questions, Nicola avoids giving detailed answers. Eugenia hasn't attended her class that day and seems a bit unwell. Her mother brings her tea, but Eugenia gets irritated, pushes it away, and asks her to leave her alone before walking off. Nicola helps Alicia clean up, and Alicia becomes emotional, feeling hurt that her own daughter does not show her affection. Later, Nicola and Eugenia sit together and talk. Nicola opens up about how she sometimes feels confused and overwhelmed by her emotions, especially during certain times, and asks Eugenia if she ever feels the same way. Eugenia quietly replies that she does understand those feelings. The next morning, Emilio is sitting at home reading the newspaper. After a while, Alicia comes to him and offers him something to drink. Once she leaves, Emilio goes back to reading, but he seems distracted and worried, both about his wife and his daughter. Soon, he gets up and walks toward his daughter's room to check on her. When he reaches there, he sees her inside with a dog. After a moment, the dog starts barking loudly. Suddenly, Emilio wakes up. It was just a dream. He realizes he is still sitting with a newspaper, and his daughter is right there beside him. He looks at her and says that they need to take her mother to the clinic for treatment. After this, Alicia is taken to the hospital. Emilio is very anxious, but the doctors reassure him that she will recover soon. However, at the hospital, her condition appears serious, and it seems like her mental health is getting worse. When they return home, Alicia is seen with her maid. After some time, a delivery boy arrives, holding Alicia's dog. She becomes very happy to see her pet again. The maid takes a bag inside the house while Alicia stays at the door. The delivery boy starts chatting with her in a friendly and slightly flirtatious way. Just then, Emilio arrives and tells the delivery boy to leave. He pays him and sends him away, but before leaving, the boy tells Alicia that she can call him if she ever needs anything. Emilio begins to realize that Alicia's mental condition may be deteriorating. Even at his clinic, he keeps thinking about her. The next day, Emilio goes to pick up his daughter from school. Eugenia asks Nicola to sit with him in the car. Emilio seems pleased. During the ride, Eugenia suggests that Nicola should book an appointment with her father, saying that he is a very good dentist and will treat her well. That evening, Nicola goes to Emilio's clinic. She wants to spend some time there, and Emilio also seems to have been expecting this. They grow closer while talking, but after some time, Nicola decides to leave. Emilio mentions that he did not give her any anesthesia. Hearing this, Nicola's mood changes, and she becomes uncomfortable. She says that a doctor like him cannot be trusted and walks away. Emilio is left feeling guilty and regretful. When he returns home, he is sitting quietly, looking upset. His daughter comes to him and, noticing his mood, sits close to comfort him. But Emilio gently moves her aside and starts asking about her studies, saying that because of her mother's illness, he hasn't been able to give her enough time. Eugenia reassures him, saying that it's okay and that he is a good father. After that, Emilio gets up and goes to his room. The next day, Emilio goes again to pick up his daughter from college. There, he meets both Eugenia and Nicola. Eugenia says she wants to go shopping, and Nicola joins them. At the store, Eugenia buys some clothes for herself since it's her birthday. While shopping, Emilio seems distracted and restless, often lost in his thoughts. After a long time, he gets tired of waiting and asks them to hurry up. Eventually, Eugenia and Nicola step outside and decide to continue on their own, asking Emilio not to come along. After some time, the two girls board a bus. Inside the bus, the conductor behaves inappropriately, making them uncomfortable. This leads to an argument, and soon both girls decide to get off the bus. After getting down, Eugenia tells Nicola that she should have spoken up more strongly, saying that staying silent was wrong. Nicola tries to explain her side, but before she can finish, Eugenia walks away, upset. That evening, there is a party at Eugenia's house. Everyone seems happy and lively. Nicola is sitting beside Eugenia's mother when Eugenia and her group of friends arrive. They notice Nicola sitting there, and it makes Eugenia uncomfortable. Soon after, Eugenia offers her mother's clothes to her friends so they can try them on. Her mother tries to stop them, but Nicola gently intervenes and tells her not to worry. Nicola then notices that Eugenia herself is wearing the same gown that that Alicia had once shown to Nicola earlier. This bothers Nicola, and it leads to a brief argument between the two. Eugenia tells her to mind her own business, which leaves Nicola hurt and quiet. Feeling upset, Nicola withdraws and stays in a room by herself. Meanwhile, Eugenia goes to her mother and asks her to play the piano. Alicia agrees and starts playing for everyone at the party, creating a pleasant atmosphere. While the music continues outside, Nicola sits alone in another room, feeling sad. Emilio notices that Nicola is missing from the party and goes looking for her. He checks Eugenia's room but doesn't find her there. Eventually, he finds her in another room, sitting quietly and upset. Seeing her like this, Emilio approaches her and tries to comfort her. Nicola shares her feelings, and the two spend some time talking. Meanwhile, the party continues outside. After some time, Nicola quietly leaves the house and goes back home. A few days later, Eugenia tells her father that one of her friends is pregnant and asks if there is any treatment or help available. This makes Emilio uneasy, and he starts wondering if she is talking about Nicola. Concerned, Emilio wants to meet Nicola as soon as possible, but he is busy at the clinic and cannot leave immediately. He becomes restless and distracted. Eventually, he closes his clinic early and goes to Nicola's house, where he finds both Eugenia and Nicola. Emilio talks to Nicola privately and asks if she is okay. Nicola reassures him not to worry. Emilio becomes emotional, but Nicola keeps her distance and avoids going deeper into the conversation. When Emilio returns home, he finds Alicia waiting for him. They exchange a few words, but Emilio is preoccupied. He goes to his daughter's room, where he finds Eugenia talking on the phone. She pretends to be speaking casually, and Emilio sits beside her, asking questions about Nicola. They share a light moment, joking about small things, but suddenly Alicia walks in and sees them together. She becomes upset and emotional, raising her voice. Emilio tries to calm her down and stops the situation from escalating. Later, after Eugenia goes to rest, Alicia brings Emilio to the hall and expresses her feelings. She tells him that she feels neglected and that their relationship has changed over the years. She wants emotional closeness, but when things don't go as she hopes, she becomes frustrated and starts arguing. Emilio tries to calm her and comforts her. The next day, Alicia is seen resting in bed, her condition appearing weaker. Meanwhile, at the clinic, Emilio receives flowers and becomes distracted again, thinking about Nicola. He leaves in a hurry to find her. Eugenia notices his behavior and realizes that her father may be going to see Nicola. Emilio quickly drives off, and after some distance, he spots Nicola on the roadside. He stops the car and offers her a ride. She agrees, and they leave together. During the drive, Emilio explains that Alicia has been admitted to the hospital for proper care. He says things have become difficult at home. They arrive at a quiet place, and Nicola still seems emotionally distant. Emilio looks exhausted and lies down to rest, saying he is very tired. Nicola stays there quietly, and the two eventually fall asleep in the room, reflecting the emotional weight of everything that has happened. The next morning, Nicola gets ready to leave for school. Eugenia is with her, and it seems that things between them have improved. From a distance, Emilio watches them quietly through the window. With this moment, the story comes to an end.